Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart to Heart with Saima. I come to you every Thursday from 1 to 3, and मैं आपके लिए कुछ अलग अलग चीज़ें लेके आती हूँ. And uh, there's one thing about me कि मुझे I'm addicted to trying different things. I'm addicted to experimenting with different things, and I like challenges. I like trying different things. तो इसलिए मैं जब शो पे भी आती हूँ तो मैं different चीज़ें try कर रही होती हूँ. So what I'm going to do today is I do this is something that I've started where I do start my show with talking about what's going on in the world of real estate. So with that, we're going to begin. मैं जब भी real estate के बारे में बात करती हूँ, whenever I talk about real estate, I do start with just a little bit about life. And of course, then at 1:35, we do transition into heart to heart, anyways. But the one thing, that I do want to start today's show with is something that I feel has impacted me. Last week, I was listening to I like to listen to uplifting stuff simply because I like to learn. I like to learn about energy. I like to learn about how I can make my life better on a daily basis. तो जो कल मेरी लाइफ की क्वालिटी थी, मैं आज उसमें थोड़ी सी तब्दीली लाके उसको कल से थोड़ा सा बेटर कैसे कर सकती हूँ. So that is something that's very important to me. So the one thing that I learned this in this past week is that हर इंसान एक अलग frequency के level के ऊपर होता है. So when we are on different frequency levels at different phases of our life, people around us who sometimes are not able to resonate with us, they're not able to identify, they're not able to relate. Even people who love you and they are not able to understand your frequency level, it is okay, because that is something that does happen, and that is okay, because at different phases, especially in our growth, just point Cooper, we realize that we want to bring change in our life. We want to become a better version of ourselves. We want to be better today than we were yesterday. जब ये self realization आती है लाइफ के अंदर, और जब ये एक डिजायर आता है, एंड दैट डिजायर इज द की टू changing yourself, the desire to want to become a better person, the desire to want to be a better version of yourself. और वो सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन आप जब करना शुरू करते हैं, और जब आप खुद की वो एक आपकी एक जर्नी शुरू होती है खुद के साथ, तो उस पॉइंट के ऊपर everything changes, because then you start attracting different things in the universe, and the different wavelengths of energy. And at different wavelengths of energy, you're at different levels, and at different levels you are relating to different energies and frequencies of the universe. And it's just so fascinating and so interesting to me. And the one thing that I've realized is, I was listening to this one lecture, and वो lecture जो मैं सुन रही थी, उसके अंदर they said something so amazing, कि step outside of yourself, step outside of your body, just kind of like a visual task, and step outside and visualize that you're a bystander who is standing there and observing your own life. And when you're standing outside of yourself and you are observing yourself as a bystander, और आप अपनी एक एक चीज को देखना शुरू करते हैं, and you start thinking कि okay, you know what, this is मैं अपने आप को observe कर रहा हूँ from a distance, and I'm looking at myself, and I'm watching myself in action in my life. And hey, this is something that I'm doing wrong. इस वक्त मैं ये फीलिंग फील कर रही हूँ, या मुझे ये एक इमोशन मुझे हिट कर रहा है, या मुझे कोई भी इमोशन मुझे टच कर रहा है, तो वो चीज़ को जब मैं एज अ बाई स्टैंडर्ड अपने आप को वॉच कर रही हूँ, तो मैं किस तरह से, व्हाट डू आई थिंक ऑफ माई सेल्फ। तो मुझे अगर खुद की कोई चीज़ पसंद नहीं आ रही, मुझे खुद की कोई बिहेवियर पसंद नहीं आ रही, या मुझे खुद का कोई रिएक्शन पसंद नहीं आ रहा, तो मुझे खुद की कोई भी चीज़ जब पसंद नहीं आ रही है एज अ बाय स्टैंडर्ड, तो मैं उस चीज़ के ऊपर वर्क करूं और मैं उस चीज़ को चेंज करूं और मैं उस इमोशन को उसी पॉइंट के ऊपर रेक्टिफाई करूं। जैसे मैं बाय स्टैंडर्ड हूं एंड आई एम वाचिंग माई सेल्फ एंड maybe I'm watching myself talk to my daughter, and my daughter comes and says something to me, and automatically I respond in a negative way, or I respond in an irritable way. And मैं उस चीज को अपने आप को as a bystander, when I watch myself, I'm like, oh, you know what, I don't like this, and I go in there and I work on myself and I change that about me. Welcome to Heart with Saima. I do start with something that has touched my life, and then I do transition into talking about real estate. So, whatever I do it with passion. Whatever and I tell you कि ये जो journey है ना of being an unconventional person, this journey of following your heart, I tell you, it's a very difficult journey. It's very difficult to be authentic. It's very difficult to just live, uh, go with the flow. It is very difficult to want to just be you, because it's the most difficult thing in the world. But I love real estate. I love talking about real estate. I've done it for 18 years. I've been a realtor for 18 years. And ये 18 साल में highs देखे हैं, lows देखे हैं, have seen it all, but I do love what I do. So, talking about the Dallas housing market, last time I had someone who had messaged on my live stream, and they had asked me, hey, is the market heading towards a crash? Is the Dallas market slowing down? So personally, I think the Dallas housing market is doing great right now. It is recovering from the blows of the pandemic. Since July of the pandemic year, like literally 2 years ago, right? Demand for single family homes has increased. Supply, जो कि 2 साल से सप्लाई में बहुत मेजर प्रॉब्लम हो रहा था, द सप्लाई वाज लैगिंग सिंस द सेकंड हाफ ऑफ 2020. The supply has been increasing. So according to Zillow, that Z word, that as realtors we generally don't like to take, because बहुत सारी हमें information जो है वो मिलती है जो कि updated नहीं होती, तो but anyways, according to Zillow, because they are the biggest real estate platform in the world, so um, according to them, um, demand the typical home value for a house in Dallas Fort Worth rose by a whopping 27.1% in the past 12 months. 27.1% is what is reported a single family home has risen by. So that's a huge number. And Zillow ki forecast is that it will rise another 4.2% by July of 2023. So contrary to people thinking, okay, you know what, itna appreciation hua hai, so we are going to wait for it to come down. But prices are already, dropped. Prices have dropped at least around 10% right now. So 10% jo drop price ke andar hai, and perhaps there will be another, kuch aur drop aega. But the thing is, this adjustment is going to balance itself out in the next 2 years. So we are not officially in recession, but yes, inflation it was expected to, it was actually a few weeks back, it was at 9% plus is where inflation was. But this is the time when most people make money. Real estate is what most investors invest in, and they to make money, because real estate is a long term investment. So prices are expected कि अभी ये adjustment आया है. This is the time for you to go and for you to start buying, and then you know what, prices are expected according to Zillow, prices are going to go up even more in the next year, according to Zillow. It shows that Dallas housing prices, they will just continue to rise even after the downturn in this current market. They may not go up as swiftly as they did in 2021, because 2021 was a very unique year from a real estate perspective. So they're not going to go in that same speed as they did in 2021, but it is expected to continue growing northwards. Now, in the seventh consecutive year, the number of Texas home sales and the median price, jo hai, it reached an all-time high, right? So, and this is according to Texas Realtors report last year, housing demand reached an all-time high, and we witnessed numerous multiple offer situations, including homes that drew, dozens of offers ek ghar pe in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and homes which sold for a significantly higher amount than what the asking price was. In 2021, the number of residences which sold statewide throughout Texas climbed by 6.2% to 416,853 units. Housing inventory fell to 1.2 months at the end of the year. So that was down from 2020. But according to Texas Real Estate Research Center, um, a market that is balanced in terms of supply and demand has an inventory between 6.6 and 6.5 months की inventory होनी चाहिए, but it was at 1.2. So the median price of homes went up, reached 300,000, and it was up from 15.7% last year. So recent months in the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan region, we have seen that there has been an increase in inventory, right? We are all seeing that there's an increase. Recent statistics will reveal that there's a substantial increase in the number of real estate listings in the DFW area. In June 2022, Dallas-Fort Worth की जो housing market है, it went up to around 1.8 months of available inventory. So it is still, there's a lot more inventory, but it is still so much less than what it's expected, what it was a few years ago. So months, I mean, this just makes a huge difference, because active listings jo hain, they increased. Active listings, they were increased by 48.74% in the Dallas-Fort Worth Arlington area. So buyers jo hain, they are still looking for home. It might make you feel better कि it's okay if you have bought, it's okay if you have paid extra, because next 2 years के अंदर it will balance out. Next 2 years में we do expect that home prices are going to elevate and increase one more time. So having said that, right now, Dallas housing is doing very well. So contrary to what people think, we don't really expect anything. We are seeing that the prices will go down, but they went up so much that there's a room for that, for that balance to happen. Having said that, I always come here and I always tell you people that I encourage every individual to become a real estate investor. I encourage everyone to invest in, to leverage your money and to invest in multiple properties. Invest in multiple properties. We teach you how to start paying off your homes and to start becoming investors, to have multiple properties, to become real estate investors. 15, I teach my clients, 15 years time, you should have around 5 rental homes, which are paid off rental homes. So, uh, so, when you have 5 homes which are paid off in 15 years time, you'll be able to generate enough passive income where you're able to, you choose to work. Because, I was talking to, this friend of mine, actually not friend, I was talking to my neighbor, and my neighbor came and told me that I'm just so down because John said that, all I have done in my entire life, and John's kids are like, 17 and 22. So John said, all my life, what I've done is I have literally just always worked. And I have worked. And all I have done is spend 60 to 70 hours a week. He's working remotely, he works from home. So John said, I'm working 60 to 70 hours, even on the weekend, and I'm working remotely from home. But he said, I've done nothing to enjoy my life. And now that I'm in my 50s, he said recently, my own manager, we hadn't heard from our manager for several weeks. And so I went to my manager's house to check on him to see what was going on. So he said, all my manager is a single, he's single, he's never been married. And he went to the house. He said nobody would open the door. So they got really worried. They called the police, and the police came and broke in through the door. And John said that his manager had gone into, he had a stroke, or and he was just lying there. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you is that most people, they never get to live their life. There's more to life than just working, and to just working all the time. It's so important to live. So I told John, just, you know what, employment market is just doing so well. I mean, for new jobs, there are so many jobs which are there in the market. You have you have worked with the same company for 27 years, quit your job, and spend a month just by yourself, maybe go and travel, and meantime look for another job that you where you can start. Change is so necessary in life. When you keep doing the same thing on a regular, consistent basis, you become stagnant. As human beings, we are not meant to live stagnant lives. As human beings, we are not meant to just be stationary, to just be, to just not explore, to not do anything. That will consume you, and you're just going to, आप इस दुनिया में आए हो, इस दुनिया को छोड़ के निकल जाओगे. बहुत लोग पूछते हैं, what's the purpose of life, right? And you kind of think, and you're like, what is the purpose of life? Why are we here? um, we are here to do things for others. We are here to spread that, sprinkle some of the pixie dust around on people around us, to change lives, to have impact on others, to make this universe a better place. You cannot, you cannot change anyone else. When you stand there and you're always thinking, "Ke other people do wrong to me," and आप समझते हो and you think you're the victim and you are always the victim, that mindset never allows you to grow. Mindset needs to be different. Mindset needs to be to accept wherever you are in life, to accept your choices, to accept whatever it is that you're doing, to accept whatever choices you made which did not give you the outcome that you hoped for. Accept things the way they are. But you know what? Universe sends you what universe feels you need in your life. So you are trying, and you I have this friend, he just keeps trying and trying and trying. Girta hai, uठता hai, girta hai, uठता hai. He keeps trying and working so hard, completely oblivious to everything around him. But that's no way to live. Maybe when you start seeing things around you that universe is sending you, and you start accepting things that are coming your way, then those things, that energy of the people who love you around you, will help change your path and your channel and take you in a direction which is filled with everything that is actually good for you and that changes your life. When you stay in that place and you're like, no, I will just stick to this, I gotta make this happen, and you keep trying and trying and trying and trying, there's so much damage which is happening internally. Yes, we have always been taught to keep trying and to keep doing something until you succeed. But you know what? While you're trying to do that, be aware of what the universe is sending your way, because the universe is sending you tools that you need to holes within you. अगर आप उस किश्ती के अंदर सवार हैं, you're in that boat which has these holes and you see the shore, but you're constantly paddling to get to make your way to the shore, but पानी आता जा रहा है उस शिप के अंदर और आप नहीं, आप उसको पैडल कर रहे हैं. Be aware of what is happening around you. Maybe you're so busy trying to take that water out because you don't even realize that there's another boat next to you which has sent you an anchor, which is telling you to hold on to that life jacket so that they can steer your ship to the shore. You don't realize that the universe is sending you the tools that you need so that you can grow and you can actually make it to your destination, because you're so focused on just taking that water out of that boat so that the boat doesn't sink. So ये सब जिंदगी को देखने के अलग अलग नजरिए हैं, अलग अलग तरीके हैं. And we're going to get into heart to heart, जो कि आपने देखा है real estate के भी बीच में सारा heart to heart आता जाता है, because that's who I am as a person. But I will tell you one thing about real estate, कि there is a lot of inventory available. Builders, there is inventory available in all the different cities. There are options available to help you as first time home buyers. So Isabel said that she's having a difficult time. She cannot buy a house anymore, because she doesn't think it's fair, because poverty is going to increase and have become ridiculous, and rents have become too high, and rents are going to keep going up. And I do understand that there are going to be adjustments which are going to be government will have to make. There are grants available to help people with their payments, to help people qualify, to help people get into homes. But I will tell people that become real estate investors. If you have the money for down payment, there are homes which are available, which I have helped some friends. They are in the 350 range. If you have good income, yes, your income will need to be good to get into that price range as well. As little as 3% down, even 100% financing options, if you qualify, are available. 5% ke saath conventional loans are available. There are builders out there who are giving incentives to help you buy down. 3.99% interest rate. In fact, I even saw from a builder offering an incentive to buy down the interest rate. And it was, I think, if I remember, it was 2.99% interest rate. So the builders right now, if you are in the market, you are looking to buy, please do reach out to me. And I would love to help you You can reach out to me at vip@saimadillon.com, and that's SAIMADHILLON.com. You can message me at 972-244-3106. Please do remember, the best way to get in touch with me is if you text me, you let me know what your purpose is, and then we set up a time and I can give you a call back. So we will see you right after the break, and we get into heart to heart. Okay, so that just goes so fast. इतना कुछ हो रहा होता है. I am streaming on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram on Saima_Malik. And so I'm streaming on Instagram. I'm streaming live on YouTube and Facebook, multiple places, and LinkedIn. So there's a lot going on here, looking at the information, going over the information. So just a lot of stuff going on simultaneously. So as you can see, I'm sweating because there's a lot of all this multitasking going on. But so I do generally just do the real estate segment on Instagram. So if anyone has any questions, please do let me know. And Shabazz, I'm so sorry you sent a message to be in my live video, but maybe next time. So Altaf, thank you for joining. Hey Noor, Shabazz, hey Nusrat, how are you? Sheila, Shaz, how are you doing? Khush Gul, Akbar. So bahut bahut shukriya. Thank you all for being here. And if anyone would like to come on the show, um, I will try to be a little bit more efficient with Instagram. You guys are, the requests are there, but I was so busy multitasking that I did not get a chance to. Let's see, view requests. Okay, Instagram, go live with Instagram. Okay, so I don't know if okay, anyone can watch it. So let's see. We'll do it next time. I'm kind of reluctant to bring someone live on Instagram right now. So all right. So take care. And on Instagram, I'm gonna disconnect. I'm still live, and we're gonna continue on to Heart, and we are streaming live on YouTube and LinkedIn and. Facebook. So here we go. Thank you all for being here on Instagram with me. So let's see. Okay, so that was done on. I just disconnected. I have multiple devices over here. जिनके ऊपर there's all this multitasking going on, and so we have 2 minutes before we go back live on the radio. All right, so I'm going to disconnect from LinkedIn and YouTube and Facebook, and I'm going to go back live again. Thank you all for being here for the real estate segment.